Dixie Decker here. This one's for all my rehabbers out there. I think this is for my rehabbers, but also goes into my hiring employee series, because I know you are still painting that house you're rehabbing because you don't think you're quite there to hire somebody, but you're still grinding, doing the painting or finishing up the houses or swinging the hammer yourself. And I'm going to tell you, how many houses can you paint in a year yourself while buying houses, selling houses, and renting houses? I really want you to think about this, because if you really get honest with yourself, you can double how many houses you're doing each year if someone else is doing them while you're out buying more houses. So we were guilty of this. When Brandon and I first partnered up in this business, he was swinging the hammer. He was rehabbing 2 houses a year. He is able and knowledgeable enough to do almost every task to rehab a house. So that was the way to go, right? You can save so much money doing it yourself, and that means you make so much more money. But what if someone else is doing that work and now you're doing 3 or 4 times as many houses? Are you making more money that way, or more money painting the houses yourself? So you need to get honest with yourself and dive into those numbers. But we were able to now do 8 to 10 houses at the same time and continually do that throughout the year, where we can do 30, 40 rehabs in a year now, where he was doing 2 by himself start to finish. So the numbers exponentially make sense when you're rehabbing at a much higher level than when you're doing 1 or 2 a year, but you're doing all the work yourself, so you're making 3 or 4 times as much money, but you're only doing 2 houses. So you kind of got to weigh those out, but I promise you, it goes back to another little video I did about mowing my own grass. So it would take me like all day to mow my grass. I have a really long backyard, and if I had to mow it, weed eat it, treat it, all this stuff, it would take me an entire Saturday that I could either spend with my family, my friends, working, whatever it is. My mower guys show up and they're done in like 7.5 minutes, but they have the crew, the equipment, they all hop out, they do it, and we're done. We pay like 20 or 30 bucks for that and we're done. So for me, as long as you're using that time to actually go take action to generate more revenue, time is money. But the saying time is money means nothing if you're not doing anything with that time to generate more revenue. So it doesn't mean just go pay for someone to mow your grass and then do nothing. Then you aren't going to be able to pay someone to mow the grass. So when you commit to hiring that employee to duplicate yourself or to take your business to the next level, you must go take action with that time to generate more revenue, to now cover yourself, your employee, and their families. Because essentially when you commit to an employee, you're committing that you're going to pay them so they can take care of their family. Again, it goes back to they're swapping a service for a check. And that's a mutually beneficial relationship. But if you're doing it all by yourself, you will never be able to grow your business. You cannot do more with your family if you're mowing your grass, treating your grass, weeding your grass. If you're painting all your own properties, what could you go do to make more money than what the painter is getting paid to make, to do the job? So dive deep in that and ask yourself, what is the return on your investment? Don't scale and make less money, but when you hire that first person, and that's always the scariest one, it's because you're like, I'm not sure if I can afford to have someone. You can, as long as you stand by that saying, time is money, if you go generate more revenue with that time you just gained back. So it's a 2-part sentence or a 2-part saying. Everyone kind of forgets that last piece of it. So time is money, and go out there and leverage your time to generate more revenue to build your business, and take that leap of faith and take that risk and go out there and do it.